Okay, so we all agree that Sony is a piece of shit. Yeah, Sony sucks. All their consoles, as much as you want to say about Nintendo being underpowered and a piece of shit, the PS1 was underpowered, even though it was great and I have one. The PS2 was underpowered and it was great and I had one. The PS3, well, kind of sucked. This is where we get into the whole problem of who is better and what is better. Because we all know that the Wii was the least powerful console of last generation, etc., etc. We all know that Microsoft really does suck now. We get it. We understand that. That's one thing that everyone in the gaming community can get behind. But the thing is, Sony is really shit. Okay? I'm gonna slowly get to where we're headed. But I'm gonna start out here. The PS3. The most powerful console of the generation. That's what I always heard. Always heard. Most powerful console. How do you make a damn most powerful fucking console if your graphics are worse than the other console? Yeah. Justify that to me. If your graphics look worse and you can't fit the screen resolution, it's just worse. I don't care if your CPU can do better if your GPU is not as good as your competitor's GPU. At least the Wii had motion controls going for it. I mean, the Wii had motion controls. The PSP. Alright, well, the PSP wasn't the best console ever. I didn't know they really existed until like 2011. By then the PS Vita was out, I think. But, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think the PS Vita came out. I think it might have came out in 2013 actually. But, the PS Vita was out. Well, the PSP actually was 4-to-1, if I'm right. So, there were 1-to-4 or something like that. For every 4 DS's sold, there was a PS Vita sold, or a PSP sold. Right? That's not bad, right? How do you ruin that? Your brand can only go from there. Oh, Nintendo releases the, I don't know, worse 3DS. What does Sony have to do? Well, Sony already has a console, a handheld console, that already looks better and can play better games than the 3DS. So they release a new console, says it exists, a year later they drop it and kill it. 500-to-1. That might be worse than what it actually is, but for every 500 3DS's that came out that year, one PS Vita was sold. I haven't checked recently, so if I'm wrong, just down there, go ahead. Get mad at me. Sony comes into the PS4. Well, obviously, I get a PS4 because fuck the Xbox One. Seriously. I went from GameCube, PS2, GameCube and PS2 to 360 to PS4. Well, to 360 and Wii to PS4. I didn't get a Wii U, still don't have a Switch. But let's continue here. The PS4 started off great, right? Sony is doing everything right. Their graphics might not be the best. Actually, I think their graphics might have been better than the... I don't know. The PS4 might have had better graphics than the Xbox. Anyways, let's get out of the graphics territory because everything looks about the same. Neither of those two consoles could really do 4K. We know this. They still can't do 1080p right, by the way. The PS4 Pro and the Xbone X cannot do 4K right. which is really stupid. However, in terms of accessories, the PS4 beat the fuck out of the Xbox One. Let's put that right now. Whenever the Xbox One first came out, PS4 beat the fuck out of it. Why am I saying Sony sucks then? If the PS2 sold the most, the PS3 was the cheapest Blu-ray player, the PS4 beat the fuck out of the Xbox, and the PS1 just destroyed everything else. Well, it's simple. Well, actually, I need to get past this. Sony has VR. That's more than what Xbox has. Sony can't do emulation on their PS4s. They're using... Everyone right now, even Nintendo, I do believe, are all using CPUs and GPUs from mobile processors. They're all using mobile processors instead of actual processors, which is why the Xbox One doesn't have true backwards compatibility. And that is why the PS4 doesn't even try to do backwards compatibility. That's why you better fucking love yourself that you still have your PS3, or you sold it to GameStop. I'm sorry, Wii U owners, you're never getting that freaking... You're never getting the eShop back. I'm sorry, Wii U owners. But as I'm digressing here, okay, now we get into the full meat. So we all know that the Xbox tries its hand. They try their hand at emulating games. Basically, how the Xbox does it is that it has emulation inside of it. Well, Sony, instead of wanting to do, you know, emulation like it does, right? Sony's like, we got this. You see what Nintendo's doing? They're making the NES and SNES Classic. They're doing awesome. Let's just release the PS1 Classic, which is about that big. Yeah. We'll be intelligent. It'll be smart. No, it won't. It's not smart. Look, it sucks. It literally sucks. Alright? The thing is, I'm not bashing it for what it is, but the gameplay feels soupy. Okay? On 60 frame per second games, it feels soupy. 20 games only are included in it. I do believe it's 20. You can fact check me and get mad at me. But 20 games are included. Crash Bandicoot is not included. Why the hell is Crash Bandicoot not included? Alright? I'm kind of pissed off about this, to be honest, because it really does look like shit. If you haven't seen any video footage of it, go look at some fucking video footage of it. It does suck. And it sucks pretty bad. Yeah. And that is why Sony sucks, actually. Because they don't try to do their products justice. The only thing keeping Sony afloat right now is the PS4. If the PS5 dies, right? Because we all know the next generation is a year to 2 years away. The PS5 and the Xbox 2 and the Nintendo Switch power monster machine thing. I don't know, I really don't care. When I get a Switch, I'm not fucking upgrading it. But anyways, we all know that the next generation is coming on us. If Microsoft wins that, Sony's gone. And I don't mean gone out of the gaming market. I mean gone as in Sony Pictures is gone. Sony music labels is gone. Sony game publishers, I don't know if Sony publishes games, they used to. And the PlayStation brand is all gone. You know who we'll get to fill in the blank space? Atari. Who doesn't try. And they don't care. The Atari box is a whole another subject that I'm not going to get into. But yes, Sony does suck. But does that mean to take Sony and just not buy another Sony product? No. They need to learn their lesson. Yes. They need to learn that their classic console does suck. Yes, but many people aren't going to buy it. What Sony needs to be focusing on right now is not the PlayStation Vita. And if they're going to make another handheld, they do not call it the PlayStation Vita 2. They call it the PlayStation Portable 2. Why not? I really don't care. And then if you have the PlayStation, just when you make the PS5, go full at it. Make sure 1080p works first. Then do full 4K. Go straight full 4K. Do not do 8K. Do not over push yourself. Keep yourself in the limits. Because if your 8K is shit, you're going to be judged on your shitty 8K. If you don't have 8K, you can't really be judged on how bad your 8K is. And if Microsoft has a really shitty 8K version, you win. That's it. And I'm not even rooting for Microsoft anymore, because literally that's a fucking console. That's not a console, it's a PC in a box. It is a PC in a box. You ever want a game on a PC? Buy a fucking PC.